Hey everybody, how you doing? We're back for the final hour of trading today, the second last day of the week, Wednesday,
Hey, how you doing?
April 13th. So we finish off tomorrow, and we are off on Friday. In case you've forgotten, we only have today and tomorrow for the entire week, and then we get Friday off, Easter Friday. So you got to make your money now, and we'll see what happens. Speaking of making money, I'm noticing the market is gaining bit by bit. I was speculating this morning about whether or not we were going to be in a dead cat bounce session today where we start with a bang and then we lose it all. That happened yesterday. It didn't happen today. I was saying this morning that it is possible that we could gain, a little bit in the morning, not a lot, just a little, but slowly gain momentum as the day wears on, and the market would just get stronger and stronger and perform better. And that is exactly what has been happening. The Dow is up 266.99 points. I kind of rounded up to 267. It's up there. The S&P is up 39.9. NASDAQ is up 245. Now, in percentage terms, NASDAQ up 1.79%. It is the leader. S&P up 0.91, the Dow up 0.75. If the Dow was going to match the S&P, we would be up 600 points right now. So that's showing you, sorry, if the Dow's going to match NASDAQ. So that shows you how NASDAQ is doing, 600 equivalent points on the Dow. So that is the good news there. Oil is up 366. A bit surprised to see that at $104, but I also am noting that more and more news reports are coming out now about the Ukraine thingy, the little thing happening in Ukraine, where military experts are basically saying the Russians are really deploying heavy numbers of troops towards the eastern end of the country, and that the action is going to get more intense. And today we find out that a number of countries, including the US, are delivering heavier weapons to the Ukrainians in order for them to put up a bigger fight. So it's going to be a little more intense there. So that might be part of the oil thing. I don't know, but we'll see. Obviously, this morning we had some releases of earnings. Delta, the airline, released losses as expected, but are talking about more traffic for their planes this summer into the fall. So that's kind of a, six of one, half a dozen of the other. Airline stocks are generally reacting well to this, that there is more business coming. JP Morgan today, they released their numbers, first big bank to talk. And they talked about how although their profits are lower, which was an expected development, this wasn't like a shock out of left field. They're kind of warning to us, hey, it's a warning shot across the bow here. We, the bank, have put cash aside, in treasuries as possible loan loss provision capital. We're ahead of the regulators. Usually, when interest rates go up and economies might get weaker, there might be more defaults on loans, business loans, personal loans, and so banks are required to have what are known as loan loss provisions. In other words, ready available cash on the sidelines in case borrowers don't pay or can't pay, and the bank will not be technically undercapitalized to take care of the deposits of their depositors and all that good stuff. Well, JP Morgan does what all bankers who know what they're doing do, and that is when you begin to notice interest rates being rising at the Fed level, for example, and the Fed is talking higher rates, there's no secret this is happening, the banks begin to increase their loan loss provisions. They just take it. They're trying to stay ahead of the whole thing. Now, banks have insurance as well. They do have insurance against their loans, but those cost premiums, and that can take away from a performance of a loan, of course. Sometimes banks will piece off a part of a loan. They might have they might take a deal, for example, as a generic example, they might do a deal where they lend a company $10 billion for all their assets and plants and equipment, and it's a $50 billion company, lend them $10 billion. But the bank over the next 6 months begins to piece off 10% of the loan to this group, 10% to that group. They might literally go to Wall Street and package up this loan into, with 3 or 4 other loans that they have, and they put together a derivative, and then they'll offer off, several hundred million or a couple $billion of debt in smaller chunks, $50 million chunks, $100 million chunks, to pension funds, mutual funds, ETFs, for them to earn interest on performing loans. And this way, the bank is lowering its exposure of its capital by bringing capital back and paying the interest forward to these other groups, where the bank will collect the money. They'll handle the loan. They'll do all the work to keep the loan running. But at the end of the day, maybe half the loan that was originally issued, of maybe 5 or 10 or 20 different loans, half of those dollars have been in effect sold off and brought back to the bank's cash in their hand, and they're collecting the payments and paying out interest to all of these players through their investment banking connection. Very complicated, very high level stuff, all handled by computer, software programmers, and so on. This is why software programmers make a lot of money. You're handling all kinds of really complicated stuff. This is done thousands of times a week, all year round, every year, and will continue to be done. So this is a very complex business, and banks can find ways to lessen their exposure to loans. But one way to show the regulators in Washington, if you're a US-based bank, that you're in good capital position is you raise your loan loss provisions. And so you piece off these loans, take some of that dough you get back, put it into the loan loss provision account, build it up that way. You don't have to retard your growth. And as capital comes back into the bank, they lend it out again, and they lend it again, and then again, and again. And they might pay out 2% interest to the investors, but they're bringing in 3% gross. They're getting 1% off the top on money that they've, in effect, re-lent out. It's a very, very juicy business if you know how to run it. It's and that's just a really plain English way to tell you what's going on. There's a lot of layers to this whole thing. Anyway, JP Morgan stock has been under pressure for the most part today. It's at 127.23 right now. The stock is down $4.31. It has been in this neighborhood now for about 4 or 5 hours. We had a little up and down movement this morning, but we've been flatlining now for quite a while, around 127-ish, give or take. The company's shares right now at this price mean that they are trading at 8.3 times earnings. That's the PE multiple, price earnings multiple, 8.3, very low, very conservative. If you own the stock, that the dividend that they pay right now, you will yield on your money 3.14%. So you buy the stock for 127.23, just sit on it and don't do anything. You will get 3.14% in the form of dividends paid to you for the next 12 months. If the shares go up in value, you make a capital gain on top of that. If the shares go down in value, you lose. But if you don't ever sell and you hold the shares for the next 5 or 10 years and decide, I'm going to go with Jamie Dimon and his crew, and I'm going to own these shares and I'm not going to do anything about it, it's possible a couple of things will happen. One, it's possible that as each year goes by, the company, as they get bigger and they keep cranking money, their shares will eventually just slide higher. And maybe in 10 years, these are $300 shares. The second thing that can happen is that the company every year announces an increase in their dividends to their shareholders. And in effect, even though the shares are trading at $300 down the road someday, that when they're there, they're still going to yield 3% interest. So if you buy the shares at $300 a share, you get 3% interest or dividend yield. Well, that's $9 a share in cash if the stock is $300 with a 3% yield, except that you paid $127 and you're getting a $3 yield. You're getting a $9 in dividends, and you paid 127 for the stock. So in effect, the yield to you has risen dramatically. Obviously, we're talking about 7.5% now you're getting as a dividend yield because you paid 127 and you're getting $9 a share every year. And this is what the Warren Buffetts of the world do to become very, very much more wealthy. The very wealthy own stock in companies that have a tradition and a reputation for increasing the size of their dividends over the years. And so after 10 years of ownership of stock, as the dividends are risen 5-8% a year, they go up, they go up, they go up. You're getting dividend on dividends on dividends. And so your net yield to you is rising every year because you don't ever sell the stock, you hang on to it. Now, around these parts where we are hanging out here, I am trying to coach, train, and indicate to a lot of you that you can buy stock in JP Morgan, you can buy stock in Apple, you can buy stock in any of these companies, of course, and you can write options against these stocks while you're holding them. And so if these companies would like to generously increase their dividends over the next few years every year to you, you'll take that money, thank you, but you'll also take the income from option premiums as well. And you might write maybe an option once a month or every 2 months, 10-15% ahead of the price of the stock. So, okay, the shares of JP Morgan are trading 127. You might write $140 option contracts that are good for 3 months from now. And you may buy them back with a month to go and write brand new 3-month contracts. Again, $13 ahead of the price. Very conservative strategy, very far out. You're not looking to get exercised or assigned. You want to hold the shares the whole time. So you're writing calls way ahead of the stock, but way out in time to bring in some premium, and you're collecting dividends. And so if you're only generating 3% a month in premium revenue, but you're getting 3% a year in dividend revenue, you're making some pretty good coin here for a very senior investment that is, company not going out of business. I mean, what are the odds of JP Morgan disappearing tomorrow morning? Not going to happen. So can be done and is done. And this is the kind of strategy that the Warren Buffetts of the world through Berkshire Hathaway holding companies with their thousands of employees, through pension funds, through hedge funds and insurance companies and big banks. These are the portfolios. This is how you manage portfolios of significant value. You bring in dividend income and it compounds every year, and you bring in option premium, add it to it. Might be a very conservative program, but that's the way you do it. Now, here on this channel also, we have I have investors asking me, my viewers are asking me all the time, do you think it's a good idea if I were to buy the shares of SoFi right now at $7.58 a share? Should I buy the shares of SoFi right now? And should I consider maybe writing an option on the stock way down the road for a higher price than it's trading at, so that I can bring in premiums now? And if I did get assigned, I'd get assigned at a profit, which, how can I complain about a big fat profit on this deal? Might that work for me? Now, one of the suggestions or questions has been for, say, January 2023. A viewer was saying to me, look, I can buy the stock right now at $7.59 a share. I mean, this is ridiculous, so cheap. But I can write a $10 call option against the stock for January the 20th, 2023. And I can get right now about $1.45 a contract. That's $145 a contract, $1.45 a share. $1.45 on a $7.58 stock. It's almost 20%. That's very nice little, that's 19% on my money. And here's the kicker. If I get assigned, because the shares go to $11 and they take the stock from me at 10, I'm getting $10 and I get to keep the $1.45 right now. That's $11.45. So I took $7.59, $7.58 and turned it into $11.45. That's almost $4 by January. That's not even a year. Isn't that a good return on my money, making, almost $4 on a $7.59 investment? And I say, yes, it is. If you make a little over $3, that's 40%. making $4, you're making over 50% on your money. It's true. Now, some people will say, yeah, but Bruce, these people, they buy the stock and then they write these $10 contracts. And if they get taken out, they don't get any more upside. And I'm going, that's true. This is a wager that is being made by a buyer of the stock writing a call out into January 2023. The shares don't go to $10 by January. Those contracts will die worthless, and the writer of these contracts gets to keep the $1.45 net to them. That's $1.45 against the stock. If the stock just sits at $7.59 until next January, you're making 19% between now and January. Is there something wrong with making 19% on your money between now and January? There's nothing wrong with that. Is there something wrong with making more than that? I don't think there is. If the stock goes to $9, but you don't get taken out at 10, you're up $1.50 on your stock about, and you're up almost $1.50 on your contracts about. You've made almost $3 on a $7.59 investment. You know, that's almost 40% on your money. If they go to $9.99, of course, the options are worthless. You get to keep all the option money, and your stock is worth $9.99. You're up almost $2.50 on the stock, $1.50 on the contract. You made almost $4 on this deal. And you can write options again. What options would you write now? Well, now you could think about writing $15 contracts or $12.50s for a year. You might bring in $2 on those, $2.25. And you're saying, take me out at $12.50 and give me the $2.50 in premium. That's $5 more a share profit on top of the $4 I've made, which is $9, and my entire investment was $7.50. Hello. There's nothing wrong with doing that. You can do that anytime you want. Now, of course, if you own SoFi right now, like right now, you could write a call on SoFi for $10 a share for January 2023. The problem is, if your average is $14 a share right now, and you only get $1.45 in premium money right now, and you get assigned, you'll be taken out at $10 a share, plus you got $1.45, which means you're selling for $11.45. You're losing money. Mind you could look at another way and say, well, I'm recovering money. I'm way down right now. Another thought would be, well, I will write a call right now for $1.45, and I'm going to turn right around, and I'm going to take that money, that $1.45 I get, I'm going to buy more shares at $7.59. I'm just going to buy stock at these prices and bring my average down. You can do that. Of course, another strategy is you can buy the shares right now at $7.60, and you can write $7.50 contracts for January 23. You'll get paid about $2.20 right now. More money because it's at the money. The contract is right at the money. $7.50 for the contract, $7.60 for the stock. You're going to get $2.25 or so, or $2.23 for those contracts. And again, you can use that money to buy more shares. Every four contracts you write, I'll get it out. You'll bring in over $1,000. You can buy another 100 shares to what you got. So if you have 1,000 now, you can add $2,200 to your bank account and probably buy 300 more shares, giving you 1,300 shares, lowering your average. You could do that, but I don't know if you want to write $7.50 calls necessarily. It's up to you. These are strategies that are available for option writers, of course, anytime you want to take advantage of it. But at the moment, we're watching the markets with regards to the shares of what happened to JP Morgan today. And we're noting that they are down about some odd dollars, $4.39. We're noticing that Goldman Sachs, which comes out with their earnings tomorrow, they're off $2.26 so far today. They're up $2.26 today. They were down as low as $314. They were $8 lower than they are now. So I like what I see with Goldman Sachs. I'm a little surprised that JP Morgan is still down $4, but that might recover a little bit tomorrow. But Goldman at $3.21 to $3.22 a share right now, after having been down to $3.14. This is great. Those of you who have $300 call options, $2.80s, $2.70s, $2.50s, you could theoretically write call options against your Goldman right now for $3.25, $3.30 for a month out. But you can also wait until tomorrow when they release their earnings and see if their earnings are, let's say, better than the street expects them to be. Because if they are better than the street expects them to be, the shares could go higher. And maybe that is what some folks are betting on today. People are buying Goldman today thinking maybe the numbers won't be as bad as thought, and that could pop the market. Remember, these shares this past 52 weeks, back in November, 426, right now 321. They've already taken the $100 bath. So there's upside potential here. We'll see. 308 was the low in the last 52 weeks. All right, well, we'll see what happens. We'll let you know. We're now up 336 points on the Dow Jones, 336 climbing. Looks like a solid last hour coming in, it would appear. We're up 50 points on S&P, very good, up 1.1%. NASDAQ up 284 points, 2.13% higher. And so that's equivalent to about 700 Dow points. Very good day. Stocks we follow, Cyxtera. Look at that. It's up 52 cents to 13.35. Cyxtera, the all-time high, 13.64. There is talk that this company is up for sale and that there are potential bids that might come in to take these guys over. That's the rumor. Don't know if it's true. Don't know if it'll happen. Stock is reacting positively today for sure. Rocket Lab, 8.35 now, up 15 cents today. We've had a good couple of days here. Like back on Friday, we were down to like $7.70. Now we're 8.35. So it's good to see the shares 60 odd cents higher than a couple of days ago. We've got SoFi at 7.59, up 11 cents. SoFi volume right now is 33.9 million. Not a heavy day, just kind of a little lower than average day, but it's up 15 cents to 8.35. Sorry, let me repeat that. SoFi is up 11 cents to 7.59. SoFi, unfortunately though for us, a week ago they were in the 8.30 range, and now we're at the 7.60 range. So we're significantly lower than last week. So we have a ways to make up ground here. So keep it coming, you guys. Let's go up with that SoFi. The GameStop shares 150.92. The high of the day on GameStop today, 151.69. It would appear. 151.69. The volume is 1.6 million. I don't even know if we're going to make 2 million shares today. They are up 605 today on very, very light volume. We've been fluctuating between this 142 range and 150.51 range, $8, back and forth. And so for some of you, there might have been room to write options, buy some back, write options, buy some back. Those of you who are day trading options for a couple of bucks every time, that might be happening. But with 1.669 million, we really are just kind of quiet. Not sure how to read it today. The market is up, so it's helping GameStop shares. Let's just put it that way. AMC is 18.27. They're up 85 cents today. They, of course, have been beaten down dramatically. Just a week ago, they were in the $19, $20 neighborhood. 2 weeks ago, in the 30s. So this stock has just had the crap kicked out of it. Dead cat bounce all day today. Maybe this is a one-day dead cat bounce, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. 31 million traded on the AMC. The low is 16.94. Right now, 18.30. Matterport having a plus gain today. We're at 7.34 on 3 million shares. We're up 26 cents on Matterport. We've been kind of hanging around the 7-something to 7.50 neighborhood for the last week. We did on the, what day was this? Looks like March 29th. We had a one-day run to 922, but that did not last. And so Matterport has got to reestablish itself between this 7 to 9 level and get through it before we can get excited, because right now we're treading water. ME23andMe, we've traded 1.6 million today. We're up 24 cents today to 363. The high is 368, low is 330. In the last month, there have been highs as good as 406, 407. And there have been lows back in March 15th range. We were at 327. Right now we're at 363. The all-time low, 323. And that was set about a month ago. But we were almost that low the other day, but we're now bouncing back. to 363. We need several days like this to really get out of this area. Spire Global up 5.5 cents to 189.5 on 409,000 shares. Yeah, we got a break too, and then some, and we have not yet been able to get away from that gravitational pull. It just keeps pulling the stock back here to this 180.90 level. That Highcraft Mining, that is the outfit associated with AMC, that gold mine in Nevada. They're up 20 cents today, at $2.20 a share, but the volume is only 24 million. It's an up day, but what happens, I don't know. After this, I don't know. ATIP is 181.5 cents, down a half a penny. We haven't moved more than 5 cents up or down all day today. Smart went 502. We're back over 5, up 22 cents today. We hit the all-time low of 451, I think yesterday or last week. It wasn't long ago. We're back to 502. 523,000 on Smart rent right now. So it's having an uptick here. Pfizer, 53.30, up 19 cents. Hewlett Packard, HPQ symbol, down 13 cents to 37.76. That is buy territory there. Robinhood at 11.86, up 43 cents. Vanik Vectors SMH is up 5.84 to 245.84. Home Depot up $5 to $311. IBM up 11 cents to 126. Microsoft up $5.73 to $287. It's been an up day all day for that one. Apple's been up all day, up $2.97 to 170. You can write options between 170 75, though. I don't know if we're going to much higher than this. That's my hunch. Goldman, like I said, up 192, 321 a share. Cisco is up 29 cents. It finally did a little turnaround. It was down this morning. Last week or so, we were at 54.80. We're now 52.13. And this morning, we were at 51.40. We're now 52.13. So, this 52, 53 level, you can write 54s, 55s against this stock. I'm sure you'll be just fine collecting the premiums and letting those options shrink out. Facebook up 167 to $215. Amazon is having a good day today, up 98.88, $3,114. It's the first good day in a while. We were last week, a week ago exactly, as high as 31.92. We're still only 31.14 right now. And in the last month, 2 weeks ago, around the 29th of March, we were at 3,400 a share. This is after the split announcement. 3,400. We're 31.16. So we are still $280 away from where we were only a couple of weeks ago. And so this stock is still beaten down a bit. Right now, it is up $100.78 a share. Tesla is back to 1,024, up $37. And Google is up $40 a share to $26.08 right there. Bed Bath Beyond down 16 cents to $17.81. BlackBerry up 16 cents to $6.86. Royal Caribbean is up $3.16 to $81.94. Been quite steady there all day long. Target is up to 20. JP Morgan, as I said, down 450 to 127. Costco's up 10.75 today. Walmart up $4. Nvidia up 7.80. American Airlines still climbing, 18.84, up 173. And then we have Moderna up $12.43 to 171.93. DQ. Those Modernas are coming on today. I don't know if this is going to hit new highs, because even a month ago, heck, 3-4 weeks ago, we were at 185. So I need another 14 just to get back to that level, and then some from there. It's got a ways to go. We'll see what happens with that. All right, there you go. The markets in a nutshell. Right now, the Dow up 335 points or so, with 51-point gain on S&P. NASDAQ up 290. NASDAQ up 2.17%. The Dow up 0.97%. And oil holding a 376 gain. GameStop, that we're following closely, 150.87 after topping out at 151.69 in the last half hour. Now 151.23. So we're up for 636, but the volume is light, very light. AMC 18.38, trying to hold on to its gains as well. And there you are. There's there's the day right there. There's the story. Thank you to all of you who are here. Welcome to the show, and thank you for those of you who have already been hitting that thumbs up button that you guys just automatically do for me. I really appreciate that. I hate asking for thumbs ups, but I have to. We really need them. We're at 76 right now. Thank you guys for already stepping in there and nailing your thumbs up button right off the bat, letting me know what number you are. Very much appreciated. All right. Let's see. What else is happening? Taking a look here on any calls or questions or anything like that. Let's go. What else is happening here? Yeah, I wrote 52s on Cisco this morning. Says DQ, 52s on Cisco, and it is right now at 52.20. You'll be fine. Let's go. Oh yeah, tonight 8 o'clock we'll be on for prime time with Uncle Bruce. 8 o'clock Eastern time. If you're a Gold Bagel member, one of these guys right here, join us tonight. You'll be invited to our exclusive show for Gold Bagel members. I'd sure like to have you all join me if you could. Be great to have you there. And the Credit Savage is saying, I'm trying to buy back all my leaps on SoFi since I'm up 40% or more on them because we have a date for earnings now, May the 10th. Bank charter for a full quarter, Pagaya, Technisys, FDIC insured. I like it. A lot of good news to talk about at SoFi. The question is, will the market react to it? And we're all waiting for that to happen. 340 gain on the Dow right now. Near the high of the day. Very, very, again, still accelerating and climbing higher on the Dow. Rocket Lab 838 now up 18. SoFi 764 up 16. GameStop 151.82. Looks like a new high for the day on GameStop right now with a gain of 706-ish. 151.98. Yep, 711 gain right now on GameStop. And so, again, those of you who have been buying and selling back and writing and selling and buying back, if you're in a position to write contracts on GameStop, you can look at 150s for next week, 155s for next week or the week after. You want to go 4 weeks out, 5 weeks out, look at 160s and take a premium, stay out of the money, stay ahead of it, let it, dare it to come to you. Take some premiums. There it is. Splitter. I can't see on the TV what number I was, but I clicked on it after you mentioned 76 thumbs up. Thank you, Splitter. I appreciate it, buddy. John, I sure hope we get some good news on the 10th and SoFi makes some moves up here. Nelson, good afternoon, Bagel family. I think I was number 20 or so earlier today. Thank you, Nelson, for those thumbs ups. All of you guys, we're now shooting 90 thumbs ups have come in. Make that 91. We're on our way to 100 already, and I thank you all. 192 of you are here, and we're pushing 100 thumbs ups already in 34 minutes of the show. We got 26 minutes to go, and the day will be done today. We're ahead 353 on the Dow Jones after 4 straight losing days. Not a surprise to get a bit of a move today. The question is today a big fat dead cat bounce? Is that what today is? I am still leaning towards the idea that now that we're entering earnings season with the launch today, that this next 3 weeks will be tentative. There will be good days and bad days. There will be positive moves, negative moves. There's going to be a lot of questions asked about sustainability of earnings for major listed companies because of inflation, interest rates. Bank of Canada today, by the way, raised interest rates 0.5 point today. We're going to have those two issues: interest rates, inflation, oil pricing, supply chain problems out of China. Lots to wonder about. And of course, the Ukraine thing. There's that. And there we go right there. All right. Anyway, there it is. Vilbus, I'm number 99, Bruce. Thumbs up 99 for you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, guys. It's good to see the SoFi inching up a little bit. Let's just hope it keeps on going. Hopefully, it'll start to accelerate these gains. Rocket Lab, a couple of days of upward movement. Let's keep that going. And Matterport, would love to see this get through these low single digits. Get it out of here. ME, man, oh man, would like to see that break back over 4 and 5 and just build a base and get going. Spire, $1.90. We need it to go higher. ATIP, we need it to get started. 183 right now. It is bargain cheap. Smart Rent 502, and Pfizer now 53.22, up 11. And Hewlett Packard up a nickel right now. So markets are green, lots of green everywhere. Green, 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 green. Bed Bath Beyond is down 22 cents because their earnings came out this morning and they were not great. Losses again, but that was expected. Shares were as low as 15.80 on Bed Bath Beyond. They're 17.76. They've come back $2 to almost break even. So showing you that investors, most of them knew, oh yeah, we're going to get lousy numbers. It's the next quarter we're curious about. This new investment with Ryan Cohen, new blood coming in for ideas. Maybe this will help things out. We'll see. JP Morgan down 449, the only other red stock here at the moment. We really don't have any red anywhere else. So it's a green day at the moment. 340 point gain on the Dow, 0.99% higher. All right, there it is. Duncan is saying, good afternoon, simpletons. John, good afternoon, Duncan, to you. Welcome all to the channel as we close out the second last day of this week. Cheers to all of you around the world, wherever you are. Looking forward to our trip coming up. Jennifer and I, we're plotting more details now between us. We're finalizing our road trip coming up to Europe. And when we have a more definitive schedule, we'll let you know. We're looking at the possibility of some meet and greets in Europe, and hopefully that can happen. We're going to keep an eye on that. We're going to work on that schedule, let you know about it as we finalize it. All right, thank you all. Bart, hi, Uncle Bruce. I have a $95 contract on GameStop right now. It's expiring tomorrow. I've written it for $57.60. It's now $57.70. I'm thinking of letting it exercise, and with that $9.5 grand, buy an in the money January 24 contract to start writing again. What are your thoughts? Okay. Yeah, I hear you. So you're okay. I kind of get your idea there. If you're you're gonna use that $9,500 to buy a contract, hopefully deepen the money, maybe more than one, maybe you can get two, and then you can write two contracts against the one. So instead of writing one contract now with the one contract that you've written, I'm assuming it's one, you might get two in the money contracts with this proceeds of $9,500 and write two contracts at a time. If you can pull that off, you're going to double your premium income and build it. And of course, the stock's at 150, 170. So starting next week, you're going to see where the market's at. If the stock's 150, you look at writing 155s or 160s. You're going to have to look to buy contracts deep enough in the money with as little premium as possible. But yeah, go forward in time to January and see what you can do. Yeah, can be done. All right, there you go. Let's see. Cheers from Bill. Thank you, Bill. Pretty well, thanks. I hope the same for you, says John. People talking to each other here. And I think I go on with Seinfeld season 4 for the ending. And Uncle Bruce, cheers, says Blair. Nancy, I sold a 150 GameStop cover call for $685. It's expiring next week. I will sell as soon as the next dip. You'll buy it back for as soon as the next. But you wrote it. You're going to buy it back. That's what you're going to do, Nancy. Way to go. Thumbs up, number 89. Welcome. Have a good night from Slayer. Bart, if I need to re-roll the contract for the same money, I need to look at contracts in January 23. Well, okay. You were talking about here a 95, right? You have a 95 contract at the moment, and they're sitting at like 55.90 to 58.65. 95. So let me take a look a little bit for something curious here. Yeah, nothing there. How about here? 95s. Yeah, there's nothing there. What I'm doing is I'm looking forward in time. If you were to write a 95, could you bring in additional premium? You could write a 100 for July 15th, and a 100 would bring you $55 to $59. And that would, be more or less a break-even trade, but you'd move up $5 in premium in strike price. If you went to October to bring in this 50 something dollars, you could write as much as maybe a 120 or a 115. Because if you just wrote a 95 for October, you could sell that one for $66 to $69. Same strike price, but it would get you more money in your pocket. And it would only be till October, not till January. On the other hand, if you wrote a 110, you could probably bring in about $58, $59. You wrote a 120, you might bring in 54, maybe $55 for a 120. And that will get you into this area code of 150. I mean, right now you are way out, obviously. The key here is to bring you closer to the action without losing your stock. So if you wrote 120s for October and you were to get exercised, you'd get exercised for $12,000 plus the premium you're bringing in now, which is more money than you need to write this contract, or about as much. Again, these are just ideas. For January 2023, theoretically, if you were to write a January 2023 call, you could write 135s, maybe about 135s, for instead of buying back this 90 and then writing writing a 135 instead. That would bring you the 95. Pardon me. Buy back the 95 and write a 135. That would bring you a lot closer to the action. If the shares go down to 140, 135, 140 in the next few weeks, those calls will shrink back and you keep that. But again, the idea of getting assigned and then looking to buy, if you're going to buy January calls now, you're going to go long, you're going to go deep in the money to write poor man covered calls. If you want to use that strategy, you have $9,500. You're going to have a tough time buying a deep in the money contract for an attractive price that isn't all premium. This is the problem. For example, you want to buy a $130 contract that's in the money, $21. You're paying at least $55 for it. It's only worth $21. You're paying $55 to get it. That's not good. That's not good. You're better off being a writer, see? So I'm kind of thinking, my friend, that you may really want to buy back these 95s and write October or January call, write a January call instead, like an October or a January call for as much money that you're paying to get this one back to move up your strike price, or write a 110 and bring in more money than what it'll cost you. So if you're paying 57 to buy this one back and you can get 67 to create another one, you're bringing in an extra $1,000 into your account right now for the time that you're offering up. Again, and moving up maybe $20 in strike to 115 or 110, 115, 120. You got a couple of things to think about, no question about it, but you are scheming. That's good. Let's see. Bart, the Jan 24 would be 70. I'd rather be safe with one contract than two at a higher strike. Otherwise, I have to look at January 23 contracts. Let's see. Roll them out, Bart says. Free thinker, what's a little obligation to sell your shares during a run-up? And then Nancy, I'm sorry, I meant to buy it back. I hold 7 covered calls when the price, I sold 7 covered calls when the price surged. I'm still holding 3 at $250. I stand to make some actual money. There you go. Got it. Okay. If you've written $250 calls on GameStop, you could theoretically buy those back and write 200s and bring in an increased premium into your pocket. You could perhaps, buy back those 250s and write 180s and bring in extra cash. Same expiry date. You can always play that game too. It's totally up to you, though. Okay. What else is going on here? DH Ruda on number 14. I'm on number 114. Thumbs up, Bruce. Thanks again for your guidance. Rolling my GameStop April 22 105s to a July 150. I sent you an email about it. Right on, buddy. Kiwi, I'm thumbs up number 116. Duncan, I'm number 75. Zach, 118, buddy. I'm thumbs up 118. Let's see. Duncan is also number 88. Good afternoon, Zach. Bart, thanks, Uncle Bruce, for the insights. Just scheming on the fly, my friend. We're scheming on the fly. Credit Savage, GME is popping. It's 150, 181. I don't know if that's a pop, but it's inching. It's inching higher. And there is the opportunity to roll over, roll up, rewrite, whatever. Just, scheme away. Keep looking. Always be writing. That is the secret. We have 14 minutes left in the day. We're up 373 on the Dow Jones now. That is up 1.09%. S&P up 56. NASDAQ up 303. SoFi 764 up 16 cents. Rocket Lab up 18. Cyxtera up 37. GameStop now 152, and I think that might be pushing the high of the day around a little bit. 152.13. AMC 1856. Sounds great. It's a recovery, but it is woefully inadequate. I mean, we are so far off from the recent run. But you know what? A gain is a gain, and if you can write $20 calls on AMC for 2 or 3 weeks, bring in some fat premiums, I would consider that. Just saying. Okay. Matterport 736 up 30 cents. ME up 22 to 361. Spire up 7 to 191. ATIP up a penny to 183. Smart Rent up 25 cents to 505. Nice to see some movement on some of these guys. It's about time. There you go. Free Thinker says, I want to test 152.26 before the end of the day here. 151.64 at the moment. 152.13 is the high. We'll see if you get your wish or not. I don't know. Look at the Smart Rent, says Cindy. I mean, check it out. It's great. Oh, Smart Rent, 504 up 24. Go, baby, go. 565,000 traded, and it is up to 504. And I'm happy to see this versus the 468 low of the day we've had today. Boy, I'll tell you, this is a lot better looking than that. You got that right, guys. We'll see. Dow up 365 with 12 minutes to go on the day. All right. Now, if SoFi would be so kind as to reach this $8.59 level, $9 level, those $10 calls that you guys sometimes write might be pulling in 150, 160 again. If the shares can run into the $9.50 to $10 range, those calls will reach $2. And that might be an irresistible place to write calls. On the other hand, you might write 1250s to go, again, long-term 1250s to say, look, I've been buying this stuff in the 7s and the 8s and the 9s and the 10s. I'm happy writing 1250s and getting $2 or $1.50 premium. That's a $14 sale on a $10 average. Make me 40% and watch me cry all the way to the bank. Not so bad. We'll see how we play all this. We'll take it day by day, week to week. We know May the 10th is earnings release day for SoFi. This is April 13th, so it's a month away for SoFi to reveal their latest quarter. Between now and a month from now, how many analysts and reviews will be written up on SoFi? Could all of that momentum move the market up to the $8 to $10, $11 range again? And we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. Again, this is why you buy on dips. And we've had some dips here on some of these stocks we like to follow. Absolutely. All righty. 151.44 on GameStop. We're off a little from the high of the day. 376 gain on the Dow, looking good. 1.1% push on the Dow Jones today. Solid update. 2.2% gain on NASDAQ, 295 points. A solid day over there as well. Thank you all for being here and your kind words today. Appreciate all that. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I sure like to see viewers making money. That's what I live for. If I can if I can watch you guys make money all day long, I can't tell you how happy that makes me. That is a beautiful thing. And if I've had anything to do with it, I am really pumped up, jacked, as we say. 130 thumbs ups. Look at that. Thank you guys. 130 thumbs ups. There's only 212 of you here. This is great. I mean, I have 130 from 212. My God, that's fabulous. Thank you all for these thumbs ups. Keep them coming in. Pop them in there, throw them up there, and give the channel a little more momentum. That is awful kind of you, and I appreciate it. All right. Yes, indeed. Watching these markets. Thumbs from Michael. Hey, Michael, how you doing, buddy? See what is going on. I know Michael is closely watching the Apple shares back to 170, up 297. They were 165, I think, yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Even the day before, maybe, or something like that. We were down to that 165 level for a bit. They'll back off yet again, I think. The supply chain issues at Apple are not going away. This is not going to be solved because the Dow's up 300 points today. This China thing is not over. So we'll watch for that. 354-point gain on the Dow. GameStop, 150.78. The high, 152.13. We're giving up a bit of ground right now on GameStop from its high level. It can go back there, maybe 8 minutes to go. We'll see if that's going to happen. 150.78 right now, up 591. The volume on GameStop now, 1.86 million, and we have 8 minutes to go. I'm not even sure if we're going to hit 2 million volume today. This 140,000 shares trading in the last 8 minutes, maybe barely, maybe not. We'll see. 150.70 now on GameStop. 762 on SoFi, hanging around the 760 level. Rocket Lab 836, hanging around here, up 18 cents. Matterport 732, up 24. ME 361, up 22. Spire 189.5. We did get as high as 195 on Spire today. We had that spike today, couldn't hold it. Backed off to 190, but now at 189.50 is where it's at. That's kind of where we're at. Frustrating to see them just sit there like that. ATIP up 2 pennies to 184. Smart Rent 504, and Pfizer down a penny. There you go. This is the day right here. L Jack, I'm thumbs up number 136, Bruce, just to let you know. Thank you. I appreciate this. And Nick S is saying 132 or somewhere out there beneath the pale blue moonlight. I'm out there somewhere, man. I got a stink bid in there, says Duncan. I got a stink bid going. 151.10 now on GameStop, up 623 at the moment. We are down to 7 minutes left to go. 350-point gain on the Dow. Hit a high of that into that 370 range. It looks like we got up to 34,598. We're now at 568. So we were 30 points higher than where we are now. That was a 377-point gain today at the height. We're at 339 right now. Solid day today for the Dow. And there you have it. It's reflecting in a lot of the stocks that we follow today, guys. There you go. Uncle Bruce, for whatever reason, I got assigned on that GameStop call. Would it be wise to just take the win and make a lateral move to buy Disney and just write covered calls on that stock? Premiums aren't as high, but okay. Credit Savage, you can decide, obviously, where to go on this. You can either shift into another stock or move into deep in the money calls on something else, another company if you like, any Dow 30, of course, or pick up stock, pick up cheap paper that's on sale, sit a day or two with some powder and keep your eyes open that maybe tomorrow we have a down opening and you're going to pick off some bargoons first thing in the morning and right from there. Absolutely. When you get assigned, you've got a cash balance in your account now. So now you do not get in a hurry to buy something else. That's the worst thing you can do. Be very patient, because the idea of now using new capital is to put it to work at a bargain price And then if you're going to write options, you want to score something at a really good deal and then begin the idea of writing against that either right away or shortly thereafter and start enhancing revenues. Constantly add revenue to revenue, add money to money. So, we only have a few minutes left today. No rush. But there you are. The assignments can happen at any time, and if they do, we just turn the page and move on. We just keep going. Just keep going. John Bickman saying, "Take care, everybody." Thank you, John. You hang in there, buddy. Thanks for being here today. 333 gain with 4 minutes to go on the Dow. 333 gain, 336 now on the Dow. 0.98%. Right at the moment, oil up to 104.11, up 351 today. So we've gone from these $93 range barrel pricing, 93-ish, to 104 in Texas. We've gone up $11. But the number of barrels in the system have climbed this past week, 9 million barrels. Don't forget, 1 million barrels a day are coming out of the strategic reserve into the U.S. market. Lots of oil coming into the U.S. market. There is no shortage here. This $11 gain can be a $5 loss tomorrow and a $5 loss on Monday, and we're back to 93, 94 again. So we'll see. We'll see. That wouldn't take much. Okay. 150.84 on GameStop. 150.93 right there. Volume on GameStop, 1,908,000. So 3 minutes to go. I don't know if we're going to see 2 million shares today on GameStop. It did get to 152.13. I'll grant you that. But we're at 150.87 right now. So let's see where we close out on this. Is there a late push on volume? Not sure. We'll see. What else is happening? Credit Savage. Yeah. Thanks, Bronco Breeze. That's my problem. Once I have some capital, I get anxious like a dumbass and try to buy a stock on sale around these days. I need to learn to have more patience. Yeah, just wait it out. Let's see what opens. Let's see if the market opens up with a bang tomorrow. It might be a dead cat opening, and then we're down 400 points 2 hours into the session tomorrow, and you're shopping on Bargoon Day. It's Thursday tomorrow. Before a long weekend, it's going to be quiet. It could be very quiet. Volatile? Maybe. Let's see what happens. Let's take a look and be patient about it. There are times where Warren Buffett is sitting on, like right now, tens of billions of dollars of cash, and they're waiting to buy because the buys aren't there. And there you go. You will not force Warren Buffett into the market because he has to own something. That's not his style. When he buys because the price is right. Then he makes the move. So sometimes he'll wait a month. He'll wait a year to buy. Now, I'm not saying that for all of you out there. There's always opportunities for the kind of trading you want to do with option writing. You're always looking for, short-term trading opportunities on option writes. So you're not going to sit a year without doing a trade, but you don't have to be trading in 5 minutes after getting some cash in your hand. You don't have to. Sometimes that's a mistake because sometimes you get in too early, too high. It's not what you want to be doing, okay? I'm the same way, so Cindy. Also rolling too soon. Thanks for the voice of reason. There you go. Just be a really, as far as being a buyer, you got to be finicky. You have to be really finicky as a buyer. You got to be the worst person to deal with when you're the buyer because you've got the money. You have the power. No rush. These markets aren't running away on you. Don't think that for a minute. That's not going to happen. Buying is always able. You can always buy. It's easy to buy anytime you want to buy. It's how you buy and at what price. That is the secret. We have 1 minute left to go in the day. We're up 352 on the Dow, 354 right now. Cyxtera is at 1308, up a quarter. Rocket Lab 838, up 18. SoFi 761, up 13. GameStop 150.40, 150.40. We're down $1.70 from the high of the session so far. But it's been a good day, up 553 on GameStop. It's not a bad day. Volume on that stock, 1,972,000. And the bell is about to go here. We might be done for the day. As a matter of fact, I think we are done for the day. We did not trade 2 million shares on GameStop today. AMC up 110 to 1852. Matterport 731 up 23 cents. ME 359 up 20. Spire 190 up 6 cents. ATIP 185 up 3. Smart Rent 504 up 24. Pfizer unchanged today. Pfizer unchanged today. Did not move. 53. Is that 53.11? 53.11 final trade during the session. There you have it. That is the deal. What can I say? Dave, the Mac guy, it took me a while to unlearn bad habits. Now I try to keep 5 to 10% cash to jump on opportunities versus thinking I'm buying something on sale. DQ, I'm more like Jimmy Buffett than Warren Buffett. Granite Savage, you're right. It's just so hard to determine what a good price is for Disney. I know their price target is around 275, 315, and being at 130, I figured it's a good buy. Thinking long term here, Lime SoFi. Yeah, just just take your time with this. You might buy a deep in the money call option on Disney instead of buying 100 shares or whatever. Pick off some deep in the money calls. Maybe you can buy multiple, like 2 or 3 of them, and write 3 call options on Disney instead of 1. Enhance your revenue by leveraging up your dough by buying deep in the money calls, at least 20% in the money, at least below the price of the stock. So that'd be $25, $26 below where they're trading at. I'd be looking at those. But maybe you can triple or quadruple your call option volume starting tomorrow or the day after or whatever. There you go. We'll see how this works out. Let's meet at the buffet. How about that? There you go. 345 gain on the Dow. Looks like we're all done. We had a gain today. Yep. Did we have an incredibly massive gain? No. But it was a gain. It was a gain. We did not get back the losses of the last 4 days. Let's keep that in mind. All right. Let's not forget that. The Dow was at 34,900 last week. It's at 34,564. Okay. That's last week. In the last month, we were at 35,300. So we have given up 750 points. Still 750 below where we were 2 weeks ago. Those weren't highs. Those weren't all-time highs, obviously. All-time highs were back in near the end of the year, if I recall. We have had an all-time high of 36,952. We're at 34.5, so 2,500 points, 2,400 points away from the all-time high. We are down. And we're not going back to those all-time highs right now. We're not getting there. That's not going to happen right now, okay? Just warning you. Just kind of keeping you grounded, but it's okay. All right. So we're done for the day with a gain. We'll take it. Let's see how the market reacts tomorrow. We have earnings coming out tomorrow from Goldman Sachs and others. Then next week, Monday to Friday next week, we have a whole bunch of earnings coming out. And the week after that, another whole bunch of earnings. So these next 2 weeks will be just terror-filled for a lot of people as earnings will be coming out. And then obviously in May, we start getting earnings from our stocks that we follow. Obviously, we'll follow that closely as we always do, and we'll see how it goes. All right. There it is. There it is. There it is. We'll take this day by day, week by week. Yeah, I think we have a few more big dips this year, so might as well hold that money and see about any more bargains in the future. JP Morgan looks good, as does Boeing. Such hard decisions. And let's see if JP Morgan has any more follow through tomorrow. Wants to give up another $3 or $4? Well, fine. Go ahead. Give it up. Pick off deep in the money calls on that one. Let's see what Goldman does tomorrow. Does Goldman come out with expected earnings and drop $15 a share for 10 minutes and then pop back up? Does Goldman have a bad 2-hour opening and then recover? There might be opportunities tomorrow to buy deep in the money calls on Goldman that you might not get the rest of the year. We just have to have powder to be able to take advantage of that. So keep an eye on all of that. All right. On the other hand, hey, Goldman comes out with record numbers or really good numbers, better than expected, and the stock pops $20. Well, anyone who's long those deep in the money calls right now, congratulations, and get ready to write calls. So there you have it. We'll be here to watch it. We're not going anywhere. They're not scaring us away. That's for sure. there you go, kids. There's your mission and your objective if you decide to accept it. Jim, this tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds. And of course, as always, if you get caught, we will deny any knowledge of your existence. There you have it. Mission Impossible. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. I hope you've had a good day today, and I hope you have a great evening tonight. We'll see you tonight at 8 o'clock. As soon as I get off this show, I'm going to announce and promote tonight's show at 8 o'clock. I'm going to post it on YouTube. You will get alerts out there, you Gold Bagel members, of the show tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern. Uncle Bruce, prime time. Join me tonight, and let's talk about what's been going on. We're up to 151 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for stepping up on those thumbs ups for me, as you always do. It is much appreciated. I will see you in 3 hours for Primetime Live, and then the rest of you, I'll see you tomorrow morning, as usual, as we close out the week, the short week, tomorrow. All right, guys. Thanks again. Have a pleasant evening, a pleasant afternoon. We'll talk to you later. Bye for now.